I love when the so-called royal experts are caught live seething or are in a chokehold or are pissed or are angry because Meghan and Harry are winning. I like when you get to see it like live, when it's happening live. It's one thing when it's on social media. It's another thing when you get to see how their faces, the reactions and how they just are cringe. It's so satisfying. So a similar thing happened during this segment with Jeremy Vine. And I've seen it go viral because people are like, oh, this woman is sitting because Harry and Meghan are killing it. Anyway, let me now get into details and spoil it for you. Have a look.
Harry and Meghan stop making TV. 0207 862 2222 is the number. Give us a call, Meg. The Sussexes have signed a new Netflix deal. It's worth less than their last one, which was thought to be about £74 million over 5 years. The 6-part series, Harry and Meghan, is Netflix's 5th most popular documentary series of all time. Let's remind ourselves of the show.
This institutional gaslighting.
I was thrown into the wolves. I was being fed to the wolves.
Wow. Well, there isn't another tell-all style programme like that in the cards, but season 2 of the Duchess's lifestyle show, With Love, Meghan, is expected later this month. There's also an upcoming documentary by the couple's Archwell production company on orphaned children in Uganda. Quite the mix of content there. Do you think we've had the best stuff, Marvin?
No, I think there'll be more to come. I think that stuff was in demand because of how urgent it was, and there was a lot of great areas in terms of us understanding what their experience was. But this deal sounds like a really good thing for them. The fact that they've been able to make content and it be so much successful stuff on the platform, and everybody loves Netflix. So I feel like that's a great sign. But I think the next stage is like, can they grow beyond their personal story and continue, which is a challenge I'm sure they will rise to. But the idea that the deal is a downgrade, the deal is reflective of the actual content environment as of today. In 2015 and 2025, there was a massive boom in content.
Not talking about the royal family. Is any going to be anybody?
No, but absolutely. Well, clearly she has a lifestyle show that is doing incredibly well, and it picked up lots of press as a result. I think the incorrect framing of it somehow being a failure is a part of why they're going to always be a success, because there's going to be a group of people who look at how they're spoken about, how they're treated, and realise that they're being targeted unfairly. The content is great, it's being consumed, and it's growing.
Watch television. Dawn, are you going to be watching?
No, I don't watch anything they do unless I'm actually being paid to watch it for work, so I have to talk about it or write about it, to be honest with you. I don't actually care whether they make any more TV or not. I do agree with you. I think all the time they were talking about the royal family, people were going to watch it. But I don't care if she's wafting around a kitchen doing stuff with flowers. Although I must admit, marginally interesting in the Christmas special she's going to do. How do you do a Christmas special when you have no grandparents, no cousins, no aunties, no uncles, no family around the
She does on her own side. She has her own family.
Yeah, right. Then she doesn't talk to her dad, her sister.
You send great Christmas cards. Is it that? Don't go anywhere, because we're going to be taking your calls on this after the break. Should Meghan and Harry stop making TV? 0207 862 2222. That's.
If you don't know what jealousy looks like, hope now you do. I hope now you do. It looks exactly like that woman. Jealousy and envy. It looks exactly like that disgusting woman. These people make it seem like Harry and Meghan are going to force them or are forcing them to watch this show. It's like, without them, they're going to fail. Without them, they're going to feel so bad. If they don't watch their content, they're going to cry. We don't care. But one thing for a fact is we know you will watch. Like many of these so-called derangers and trolls and the so-called royal experts, you can't like you don't care about Harry and Meghan, but you talk about them constantly. So that tells me you're going to tune in, you're going to watch. You can try to deny just to save face on that. But at the end of the day, we know you're going to watch. That's what jealousy looks like, guys. That's what envy looks like. If you did not know, now you know. If anyone asks you what is jealousy, what does jealousy look like, take out this video and show them that woman. That's all you need to know. And here's the thing. It's amazing how much the British media follow and come up with weird questions trying to control and destroy Prince Harry and Meghan's life, even as non-working royals, to try and stop their success. I pity them, honestly. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. Move on. Right? Just move on. And I like Marvin the guy who said, who's very solid in the commentary here and highlights the new Netflix is not a downgrade. Because you've had now, since they've been caught lying, the UK media and these so-called royal experts were caught lying about Harry and Meghan's deal, they now start downplaying it and downsizing it, saying, oh, no, it's not as big as that one. They're not getting more money. It's a downgrade. No, it's actually a good deal. Then you have this woman, he's called Dawn, and who had nothing to add apart from pretend nonchalance and gaslighting that it's Harry and Meghan's fault they won't have the royal family, that briefed against them in deals with the media and then denied them of security and sent their aides to give evidence against Meghan in court to join them for her Christmas special of With Love, Meghan. They desperately want Meghan to include the leftover roles in the holiday special. That's what they do. They just desperately want them to include the leftover roles in the holiday special. And here's the thing: what will they discuss at dinner? If, let's say, like there's a 0.9%, what will they discuss at table? Will Charles talk about how exactly he got Ravek to block Harry's security and which countries he contacted to do the same to them? Will him? The smear campaign towards Harry and Meghan. And here's the thing. Now, I've seen also when Meghan announced, a lot of people are excited about the holiday special. I am really excited as well. And of course, right now you have people saying, oh, Derangers like, oh, Meghan is going to overshadow Kate. Oh, Meghan is copying Kate. No, I knew even about Kate. People don't even tune in to watch Kate's holiday special. The numbers are just a flop. Let's just not even get there. But now how desperate they are to want Harry and Meghan to include them in the holiday special, to include the leftover roles, these vile, evil, disgusting people. We don't even want them near Harry and Meghan, and you think they're going to include them, and then they're like, oh, so what are they going to talk? They don't have family. They have the Spencers. And they'll be so excited if they invite the Spencers over, because I know the leftover roles will be in a choco. They will be fuming if Harry and Meghan invite the Spencers. That's the only family they have and they need. Meghan is okay, and it's such a blessing. She's not associated with that pathetic family. The family who's constantly briefing the media, the dad who's just an awful human being. I'm so glad she does not have them. She has her mom, who's amazing. She has Harry, Archie, Lilibet, and the Spencers, and that's all that matters. That's the family they need. So continue begging and hoping that, oh, they are going to be included in the family special. Dream on. They won't. You can try as much as you can, but they won't. They have the Spencers, and we know this woman who's jealous will tune in to watch. That's one thing we know. So anyway, here are social media reactions to that clip. And Odd says, I find it funny that Dawn Newsom mentioned Meghan's family. Surely, she should know why the relationship between Meghan and Meghan's father and sister is so strained. Maybe she should rematch the Harry and Meghan documentary before speaking. Soleil says, since when are individuals supposed to have relationships with toxic individuals and abusers, including racists? So royals, a half-sister on Scotland's fixated persons list, a father manipulated by UK media, a king who said no money for the black, racist do little Kate and William. Lily says, Jesus, that last question, he acts like the Sussexes force people to watch their stuff. Exactly, that's what I tried to say. Mara Queen says, lol, Dawn was sitting there seething. Did you see the snarl on her face? Nothing but bitterness. Very bitter. And then you have Maxine says, whew, the jealousy is loud. Very loud. Then Dreamer says, I would just love for Meghan and Harry to have the Spencers over for Christmas or New Year's cooking a hog roast outside. I would love to see that. I hope that happens, because the leftover rolls will be fuming. And Cindy says, that woman is a liar. She watches everything Harry and Meghan does and gives her nasty opinions about their work, but never critiques the royal family the same way. And they have more scandals than anybody. Dreamer says, Harry and Meghan have the Spencer family. Don't need the Windsors. They all sound really bitter. They are like kids. Rilla says, phew, that white lady was pissed. Yikes. Agatha says, Dawn Newsom is full of shit. I don't watch anything they produce. I will be watching the Christmas program. B, we all know you and your kind will be glued to your telly, mesmerizing Meghan's every word and gesture. And then Shelly says, they so desperately want Harry and Meghan to include that Dursley family so that they can be recognized, but they have moved on. They're not thinking about nor factoring in those people when they make decisions about their life. Get over it already and move on. Jeez. Yeah, just move on. They're not going to include the desperation reeks. Move on. So that's the story, guys. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you think. Remember to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. I'm Iraj, and I'll see you in the next one.